My name is Kirsten Nolan, and I teach at Hicks High School in Vernon Parish in Leesville, Louisiana. I teach second grade students, and I teach all subjects. As an educator, what I'm most passionate about is literacy. I feel it's the right of every child to be given the gift of learning how to read. Almost every profession in life that they could want to do in the future connects to their ability to read. I feel it is my duty and privilege to assist them as we lay that foundation to help them be successful in literacy as well as in life. When students leave my classroom, it's my hope that they will not only learn how to read, but fall in love with reading as well. I tell my students that if they don't enjoy reading, they just haven't found the right book yet. Through my passion for literacy, I also incorporate social emotional learning through different texts on a regular basis. I want my kids to enjoy coming to school. I want to help them with whatever they're struggling with. I feel as though if we can help them feel safe and happy, then they're going to perform better academically. Every behavior we see, there's usually an underlying issue, and we really just need to get to the root of that cause. Most of these issues can be addressed through books. It's my goal to improve mental health in youth through literacy and social emotional learning. In today's Read Aloud lesson, you will see day 1 of our kindness lessons. I'm connecting this lesson to our new unit in knowledge, which is the War of 1812. The curriculum this connects to is the core knowledge, language, arts through Amplify. Previously, the students have already learned about the War of 1812. We've spent 3 days discussing this war, and they've learned that the war hawks did want to go to war and the merchants did not. Both parties could not understand one another's point of view. While I was preparing to teach the lesson, I created a chart to help them organize their thoughts, as well as a vocabulary graphic organizer for their group work. I also included a flower paper for their culminating activity. The objective of this lesson is for the students to recall and identify causes of the War of 1812, as well as connect it with understanding one another's viewpoints. Overall, I want to fill their backpack with knowledge regarding seeing one another's viewpoints and helping them to make connections across texts and be able to recall important details from the story. To be successful in future grades, they will need to continue studying American and Louisiana history. It's important that they understand opposing sides. It's important that they understand one another's viewpoints so that they can learn how to get along with one another. These kids will be with each other for quite some time, and learning to get along and understanding each other's viewpoints is key. In this class, I have 25 students and 2 who are on an IEP. The special education teacher as well as a para drop in during this reading block for support every day. So it's possible they'll be in some of the video footage. The students have been grouped in a Kagan style format. That's how they are grouped, and they will be doing a jigsaw activity at the end of the lesson so that they can be successful and learn from one another.
Okay, good morning, boys and girls. Today we are going to read a story, The Rare Tiny Flower by Kitty O'Meara, and it's illustrated by Quim Torres. All right, so when you hear the word flower, show me sparkle fingers. Okay, sparkle fingers. All right, here we go. Once in a forest, a bird dropped a seed. It wasn't a sapling, it wasn't a weed, but a rare tiny flower that found light and grew. To some it looked red, to some it looked blue. Others saw yellow, but many saw green. A more puzzling flower had never been seen. A number saw umber, a small group saw teal. We see it correctly, we see what is real. Each group insisted its vision was right. Agree it's magenta, or we'll start a fight. Sit crisscross, please. It's mustard, it's turquoise, it's chartreuse, it's whatever we think. It's coral, it's violet red, silver orange. It's sweet periwinkle, maroonish. You're crazy. It's purple, it's pink. It's puce, it's midnight. You're weak in the head. It's mango. It's white as a snowflake. You're loonish. Okay. Powerful leaders arrived striking poses. We will not agree, and noses met noses. Botanists came to settle the score, but couldn't decide, so the leaders cried, war. Fix your feet, please. All right, so they decided war over the flower. Over the flower. So before we move on from this, I want you to think what we've been learning in knowledge and what happened with our country and why were we thinking about war? Okay, so I'm thinking about something we're doing in knowledge. All right, Oliver, why were we considering going to war in 1812? So we're connecting this story to something else we're learning. Okay, Tyler?
They blockade us from trading.
Okay, who is blockading us from trading?
Great Britain.
Great Britain was blockading us from trading, and so we were considering war. What else can you add to what he was saying, Eric?
They killed a ship.
Okay, they sunk a ship. They sunk a ship, and so we were considering going to war. And other people didn't want to go to war. Who didn't want to go to war? Aria? Who did not want to go to war? So some of the country did want to go to war, and some didn't. Remember who did not want to go to war? Help her out, Poppy. No? Help her out, Sadie. The merchants did not want to go to war. Why didn't the merchants want to go to war at that time? Isaiah.
They're sad. Their loved ones might be hurt.
They thought their loved ones might be hurt, but they had some other reasons. Go ahead for me, Axel.
They're worried that they'll lose their job.
Okay, because they rely on trade from Great Britain for their businesses. All right, so they were kind of conflicted about war in our country during the time of 1812. And right now they're calling for war over the discussion of flour and who's right and who's wrong. Let's keep reading. One pulled up the flour to shove it in a vase as everyone hollered and argued their case. The gifts of the flour risked being lost as people drew lines that couldn't be crossed. A little girl watched the loud confrontation, then circled the flour in slow exploration. Please look again, came her calm, patient voice. Why? Cried the screamers. She smiled. There's a choice. How could this be? What could it mean? What had she noticed that they hadn't seen? I want you guys to think for a second. What do you think the little girl saw? So I'm thinking, what might the little girl have seen that maybe some of the other powerful world leaders and the people that study flowers, the botanists, what do you think she saw? All right, so I'm thinking about what she might have saw. Go ahead and turn and talk to your turn and talk partner about what she saw. All right. Dun, 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 dun. All right, what do you think she saw, Parker? She saw love in the flower. Okay, awesome. Who has a different idea? Kelson. Different colors. Oliver. She saw rainbow. Okay, Bowen.
The flower was pretty.
She thought it was pretty. Okay, Noah.
Rainbow.
She saw rainbow. All right, let's keep going and see what else. All right, so she asked them to look again. She lifted the vase and slowly rotated as all the people grew still then elated. For as the girl turned, the colors changed places, flashing a rainbow across startled faces. The people took time for silent reflection, considering matters with deep introspection. Everyone say introspection. Introspection is when you take a deep look within, you think about it. Okay, so it says they considered matters, the things that's going on at the time, with deep introspection. So they're looking at it closely and thinking. Looking inside, thinking. Maybe there are other colors to see. What's lovely to you could be lovely to me. What we now understand to be utterly true is how much depends on expanding our view. It could be helpful to breathe and be still, calmly deciding what won't work, and what will. Enjoying each color and welcoming all, creating a party instead of a brawl.
Hey, yo.
Oh no, the girl pointed. Look at the flower. It's wilted and faded and losing its power. Everyone watched as the rainbow unspun. What had their fighting and selfishness done? The rare tiny flower looked shriveled and weak. Its petals were falling. No one could speak. The people were sad and started to cry. Had their ingratitude caused it to die? All right, I want you to stop and think right now. Why do you think the flower is dying? Why do you think the flower is dying? So I'm thinking, why is that flower dying? And what from the text told me that? Go ahead and turn to your turn and talk partner about why is the flower dying? Why do you think it's dying?
They're having a really bad attitude. That flower is poisonous and rainbow. And all of them arguing.
All right, so why do y'all think the flower is dying?
Because they were fighting.
Because they were fighting?
And it had no water.
Okay, had no water. Why do y'all think the flower is dying? Attitude. Okay. All right. Dun 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 dun.
Hope. Okay, what part are you working on our vocabulary? Use it. Okay. So use it means we're putting it in a sentence, right? So how can we put it in a sentence? So what word? Y'all have rare? All right, so what is the meaning of rare? Okay. Tyler?
Something that
Okay, keep working. What word do you guys have? Okay, what part are y'all on the vocabulary? Use it. Okay, so how can you use it in a sentence?
All right, guys. So we had an opportunity to get in our knowledge groups and talk about some of the vocabulary words that were in the text. All right, go ahead, Abby. What word did y'all have?
Hope.
Okay, and tell us about hope.
I hope that I can read it.
Okay, and next part. So we used it in a sentence. What's the meaning of hope?
Hope means that you want something to happen.
All right, and next part. Show us your picture. Tell us about the picture. Sadie, can you tell us about the picture? Ooh, people in a race. Do they hope they win or something? All right, super. Can y'all act it out? Okay, go ahead and act out your picture. Okay. What are you guys doing? Jayla, what are they doing?
They're hoping that something good can happen.
Super. Celebration hands. Great job. We learned that we could ask and answer questions about the rare tiny flower with accuracy. Okay, you guys did a great job. We got to talk about some different vocabulary words and determine their meaning based on context clues. And now we're going to have a time to think about kindness, our word of the week. I have a little flower. We talked about how we could grow through hard times. And so we're going to think of examples of how we could spread kindness, just like the little girl was trying to do, and showing us how love can lead the way. So here I want you to write your name, and I see kindness win. And you're going to put examples of kindness and how we can spread kindness.